Hello friends, welcome back to another class of MS SQL. In this class, we are going to basically see how the group by clause works. Alright, so first of all, let us use this database that I had created named as class 1, execute. So commands completed successfully. Now under this database, we had two tables, if you remember from the previous classes. One is emp2_2, another one is emp_inc. So if I select this one, then here we are seeing 137 rows. In our original file, the total number of rows were 132. And in our classes, we had created some 5 extras more for explanation purposes. These 5 extra rows we can delete. So you can give here select asterisk from emp2_2, where now how to delete. Now from our original .csv file, the original table consisted of 132 rows. That means rows 133, 134, row number 135, row number 136, row number 137, they all need to be deleted. So for deletion, what can we do? We can use our EID. That is, we can make sure to make our SQL understand that which row we want to be deleted, and that can be identified by the EID value. So like for this row, if I want this 133rd row to be deleted, I can simply give here where EID is equals to I1136 and run it. So delete from emp2_2, where EID is equals to I1136. One row is affected. Similarly, you can copy it and then give here and change it to I1137. Then change it to I1138, then change it to I1139 and change it to I1140. Let us check once. Execute. So 1136, I1136 is gone. Remainders are 1137, 1138, 1139, 1140. These rows I want to be deleted, which are identified by these EID values. So we can select from 1136 is already gone, so no need to select this one. We can select from 1137 and go straight up to I11340 and execute. So basically these are deleted. Now select asterisk from emp2_2 and I1140 is still there. I1140 it must be. I1140. Execute. The delete conflicted in database. Okay, I1140 is there in the other table also, because if you remember, we had formed relationship between these two tables, emp2_2, which was my parent table, and emp_inc, which was my child table, through foreign key constraint. All right, now I1140 based employee I had created under this table, and then in this table I didn't have any kind of database for the I1140 employee, so that also we had created an established relationship between them through the foreign key. So we have to delete the extra records from emp_inc also. Let us see what were the extra records. Select it, execute, and you see in this table we had originally 79 rows. There is up to I1134 EID employee we had. All right, now if we want, we can delete it. That is I1140 is not required. So in this table, child table emp underscore inc, we had only one extra row. Only one extra row, and that needs to be deleted. Execute, one row affected. Now you can delete this I1140 from this parent table also, emp2 underscore 2. And now if you run it, like first of all run the child table emp underscore inc, and you see 1140 is gone. Then run this table, there is parent table emp2 underscore 2, and you see from here also I1140 is gone. Alright. Now next we are going to perform some mathematical operations on our salary column, of which table? emp underscore inc, which was my child table. Alright. Now in order to initially our salary column, it was in varchar data type format. So we need to convert it into int format. This we had previously seen also. So to change the data type of any column, that means you're going to change a part of the table. So that means you have to give alter table, then the table name emp underscore inc, and then give this command where you alter the column, then give the column name and its data type which you actually want. I want the salary now to be converted into integer. So select these two, execute, commands completed successfully. So my salary has been now converted into integer data type. Now we had done this previously also. This is just a bit of recap. Select asterisk from emp underscore inc, is all the things from emp underscore inc will be displayed, but with a condition where the salary is between 100,000 and 200,000. So all the records of those employees will be displayed who have their salaries in this range between 100,000 and 200,000. So if you look at the right hand side bottom corner, there are 25 rows out of 79 rows. That means there are 25 employees who have this salary range, who lie in this salary range. Then we had talked about this in operator also, which works in a list. Whenever you have to match up multiple values, then we use this in operator which works in a list. What I'm doing here, select asterisk from emp2 underscore 2. There is everything from this particular table emp2 underscore 2. If you remember, it is my parent table, where there is a condition, the city is in Delhi, Pune, Dehradun. So the employees who actually belong to these cities, Delhi or Pune or Dehradun, only their records will be displayed from this table emp2 underscore 2. Select and execute. In the parent table, if you remember, we had 132 rows, and if you look at the right hand side bottom corner at my cursor, there are 104 rows. That means out of 132, there are 104 employees who belong to either Delhi or to Pune, or they belong to Dehradun. Alright. Select distinct city from emp2 underscore 2 means basically the distinct names of the cities. The unique names of the cities from this table emp2 underscore 2 will be displayed. There are 7 distinct cities which have been used in all the 132 rows under the city column: Chandigarh, Dehradun, Delhi, Gurgaon, Mumbai, Noida, Pune, and they are arranged in ascending order of their ASCII values. Alright. Now let us talk about not in operator. Not in operator will work in opposite with respect to the in operator. Alright, so select asterisk from emp2 underscore 2 with a condition where city not in Delhi, Pune and Dehradun. That means only those employees' records will be displayed who actually do not belong to either of these cities. They must not belong to Delhi, or must not belong to Pune, or must not belong to Dehradun. Apart from that, any other city value is acceptable. It can be Gurgaon, it can be Noida, it can be Chandigarh, alright, it can be Pune, it can be Mumbai. So if you remember, 104 employees belonged to either Delhi or Pune or Dehradun. That means 28 employees are the ones who actually belong to other cities which do not have Delhi or Pune or Dehradun. So execute, And if you look at the right hand side bottom corner, that means there are 28 rows, means 28 employees who belong to other cities, not to Delhi or not to Pune or not to Dehradun. And the advantage of it is that if you want to check for the employees who belong to Delhi or Pune or Dehradun without the in operator, then if you remember, you have to give it like this: select asterisk from emp2_2, that is all the records from this table, parent table, with a condition, that is where the city is equals to Delhi. So here only if the city is Delhi, then the records of those particular employees will be only displayed. So like 34 people are there from Delhi. Same thing here, only Delhi changed to Pune. 58 people belong to Pune. Then again the same code here, only instead of Pune we have Dehradun. 12 people or 12 employees from Dehradun. So this is the advantage of in operator. Like separately you have to give these codes here and separately analyze. Alright, Delhi, then Pune, then Dehradun. But with in operator you can give it all together here only. Just these two lines of codes. There is the advantage. Searching will be faster. Alright. Now there is a question. I want to check how many employees are there from each city. The question is how many employees are there from each city. So there is a clause known as group by clause. This group by clause, it basically is used to find out the number of people or the number of rows belonging to each distinct required column. Like here, the required column is my city. Okay. So group by clause, it usually works with aggregation. Aggregation like average, mean, max, sum, count. We will see these things. So please remember, group by clause is the one which actually operates with aggregation. That means if you have to perform count and distinctly, you have to perform sum, you have to perform average, mean, max distinctly with respect to some column, then you have to use the group by clause. So for example, select city comma count EID from emp2_2. What does this line mean? It means that I want the city to be displayed, and accordingly count operation will be performed. There is this is the count function which will employ count operation on this EID column of emp2_2 table. Alright, so what will be displayed out here? City will be displayed in one column, and besides that you will have another column which will basically display numbers, but this column won't have any name. Alright, city column is there. City column, if you see, it is there in emp2_2, and whenever I am giving this kind of a function on any column of the table, then when I am displaying it, then no name will be displayed for it, but rather the values will be displayed under it. So what I want the city column to be displayed, and then besides that there will be an operation which is known as count. Count function will be applied on EID. What does count do? It basically counts the number of rows under a particular column from this table. And how am I doing it? Group by city. So what it will do, that is from each city. Group by city means it will basically first distinctly find out all the cities like Chandigarh, Pune, Mumbai and all those city names, and then it will find out the number of employees belonging to each city. So lines 47 to 48 if you execute, then you see 1 employee belongs to Chandigarh, 12 belong to Dehradun, 34 belong to Delhi, 16 belong to Gurgaon, 6 belong to Mumbai, 5 belong to Noida, 58 belong to Pune. So how the display operates, now city is displayed, that is here city column is displayed, then here this column there is no name over it, and what happens here, now the count operation is performed on the EID and it will group by the city. So it will distinctly find out the cities like Chandigarh, Dehradun, Delhi, Gurgaon, Mumbai, Noida, Pune, and accordingly it will count the number of EIDs, that is number of employees from each city. So out of all the 132 EIDs, 1 EID corresponded to the city Chandigarh, 12 EIDs corresponded to Dehradun, 34 EIDs corresponded to Delhi, and so on. Alright, that's how it does. Now display the unique departments. Now I want the departments to be displayed in a unique fashion, that is how many departments we basically have got. And the child table that we had used was emp_inc. Like if you see here, select asterisk from emp_inc, then this was our table where we had this department. Under the department column, you see so many department names, operations, somewhere it is admin, somewhere it is miscellaneous, somewhere it is human resource department, again operations, like this. So distinct departments are like operations, then admin, then miscellaneous, HRD, like this. All right. So, and correspondingly we have the EIDs, that is I1001 belongs to this operations department, I1002 belongs to operations, I1003 belongs to admin. So count of EID, what it will do, it will count the number of rows under the EID column belonging to each department. Okay. It will basically display what? Select department, that means department will be displayed in the first column. Besides that, you will have another column which won't have any name, and the operation performed on it will be count EID. So number of rows under the EID column will be basically displayed, but based on what? Based on department. Group by department means uniquely departments will be there displayed under the department column, and the number of EIDs belonging to each department. There is number of employees belonging to each department. Execute. Now you see under the admin department we have 10 EIDs. There is employee IDs, that means 10 employees. Under the contractual department we have 30 EIDs, there is 30 employees. Under the HRD department we have got 9 employee IDs, there is 9 employees, and so on up to last. If you go, operations department is there, and the number of employee IDs, there is number of employees belonging to this department is 16. So the department names are displayed out here uniquely, and that's why we use the group by department. And accordingly, these are the aggregate functions, like count is an aggregate function. So if you want to distinctly use count operation, then for that group by clause has to be used. All right. Then I want to know the total cost of salary in each department, that is in each department how much salary is been provided. So that means there will be department wise total salary I want to be displayed. So select department. So department will be in the first column, then in the beside it there will be another column which won't have any name, and what will happen there? Sum of salary will happen there. All right, from this table emp_inc and group by department. So what will happen? The department names will be selected out distinctly. There is the distinct department names like admin, contractual, HRD, Inftech, that is information technology, miscellaneous, operations. They will be separately, they will be uniquely queried out, and they will be displayed under the department column. And besides the department column, there will be a column where they will perform sum of salary for each department. All right. So select it and execute. So you see, when this one is selected, select department, then sum of salary. So there will be two columns which will be displayed out department. Besides that, you will have this particular column where some operation will be performed on the salary, and on how? On the basis of unique department names. All right. So the unique departments are admin, contractual, HRD, up to operations. So these department names will be distinctly found out, placed under the department column. And besides that, what will happen under this column? Now whatever salary belong to admin, all of them will be summed up and displayed here. Whatever salary belong to the contractual department will be summed up and displayed here. Whatever salaries belong to HRD department will be summed up here and displayed. whatever salaries belong to infotech, that is information technology department, they will be summed up and displayed here like this. So for example, if you go in line number 3 and select it, then you see like operations department, what is the salary? 48,005. Again operations 245005. So these two will be added. Again operations here, so 48,005 plus 245,005 plus 96505 and so on will happen for all the operations departments salary wise. Now the admin will be also selected. Admin salary is 245678 for this particular employee ID. All right, here we are not using employee ID directly, we are grouping the department and then finding out the sum of salary for each unique department. All right, so for admin the salary is 245678. Then if you go down, any more admin here, let us see. Yes, again that value will be plus with 177100. Then again admin department, so this salary will be also summed up 181,555, and that's how it will go on for all the admins. Similarly for the other departments also, the salaries will be summed up uniquely for each department. All right, so whenever we are performing group by operations, then we basically perform with aggregation. Aggregation comes like with example of count, sum, average, mean, max. All right, then say suppose this was the sum salary. Now instead of sum, I want to perform average of the salaries of each department. That is say suppose in operations you have this and this, so total salary will be 48,005 plus 245,005. What will be the average of it? 48,005 plus 245,005 divided by 2. If there are 2 from operations department. Now for example, say there are 10 people from operations, so all their salaries will be added and then divided by 10. That will be the average of salary for operations department. Same logic for other departments also. So here if you select this line of code and execute, you see average salary of each department displayed out here. Like here, what is select department, so department will be displayed. Average salary, another column beside it will be there, and here if you want to name it, then besides it, inside single inverted commas, you can put AVG, like any name you can put, like AVG underscore sal means average salary. So the first column displayed will be department, and besides it you will have a column known as average salary, and taken from this table emp underscore inc, and how you are placing it, group by department. That is uniquely it will first place out the department names under the department column, like unique are admin, contractual HRD dot up to operations, and then from each department the average salary will be calculated and placed under the average underscore sal column. Like for admin department, if there are 10 employees, their salaries are added and then divided by 10, and that comes out to be 110386. For example, I'm saying, say for contractual department there are 6 people, their salaries will be added and then divide by 6, that will come out here 89554. So that's what this average function does on the salary on basis of unique department names. All right, then if you want to find out the minimum salary, what is the minimum salary of each department? What is the minimum salary given to an employee for each department wise? So select department comma mean salary from emp underscore inc. It will imply that department name will be displayed here as a column. Besides that, you will have another column. Here I have given no name, so the name will be blank. It will be no name column. Under that you will have this operation where you are performing mean function on the salary column from this table. And how is it being performed? It is being performed uniquely for each department. That's why I'm giving the code here, group by department. So group by department will find out the unique values under the department, which are admin, contractual, HRD, information technology, miscellaneous operations. Then from each department the minimum salary will be calculated and will be placed under the second column. So let us see, execute. See, in the admin department the lowest salary given is 51505. In this department, the minimum salary given to an employee is 35005. In this department, the minimum salary given to an employee is 61505. In this department, the minimum salary is 51505, and so on up to operations where the minimum salary given to an employee is 65005. So again, sum, count, average, mean, max. When you're going to perform these aggregate operations, better to use with group by clause, especially when you're going to group by columns and want to display out the mathematical operations based on some relations. All right. Then here another thing, that is in group by clause you can use your where condition also, like select department, so department column will be displayed. Besides that, another column will be displayed where the operation will be sum over the salary. Some function will be applied over the salary, and these two columns, that is department and salary, are taken from this emp_inc table, and this column won't be a no name column. Like here it's a no name column. Here I am assigning a name inside the single inverted commas, which is total salary. All right. What is the condition? Where designation is equals to manager, group by department. So what will happen? First of all, this condition will be checked. Designation is equals to manager. All right. Designation is equals to manager from each department. Designation, that's why I've given here group by department. So first this condition will be checked where designation is equals to manager, group by department means department wise all the managers will be sorted out, and then what will be displayed? The department, that is the department names will be displayed out here, and some salary will be basically performed for all the managers belonging to each department. So like if admin department has got say 3 managers, then their salaries will be summed up. Contractual department has say 6 managers, their salaries will be summed up. HRD department has say 10 managers, for example, their salaries will be summed up. Dot dot dot. If you go up to operations department, they say have 20 managers, then their salaries will be summed up. So this condition where designation is equals to manager is checked. How it is checked? Department wise it is checked. So department wise managers are sorted out. There is in each department how many managers you have, and then their salaries are summed up and will be displayed under this column total salary. So select, execute, and you see one thing there were, if you like contractual department, that means it has got managers. All right, 215,999 comes out to be the summed salary for the managers. Their salaries are added up for this particular department. For this particular department, their managers, their managers are sorted out, and then their salaries are summed up. For this department, their managers are sorted out, and their salaries are summed up. And dot 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 up to operations department also. They basically had say some 4 or 5 managers, for example, and their salaries have been summed up. So if you see, there are no managers from the admin department. There are no managers from the admin department. If you look into it, like just take this one, how many departments we had? We had total 6 departments. All right. And if you come to this line that we just checked for the total salary of managers, then here you see there are 5 department names that are shown here. Only admin is not shown. That means there are no managers of the admin department. All right. Next, suppose instead of sum function, I want to do the same thing. I want to find out the average salary of the managers. I want to find out the average salary of managers from each department. So select department column will be displayed. Then second column beside it, this operation will be there, average salary, and I have given it as name average salary. There is AVG salary, and from emp_inc table these 2 columns will be picked up, that is department and salary. These 2 columns will be picked up. Now what will happen? How the values under department and under average salary will be sorted out? Now first there is the condition which will be checked where designation is equals to manager, group by department. So uniquely from each unique department the managers will be sorted out, then their salaries will be averaged. All right, and that's what will be displayed under the average salary, and under the department column we will have the unique department names. Execute. See, similar to sum, only the thing is instead of sum we are doing average. Average means if you have say four managers, for example, say there are 4 managers belong to this CO contractual department, and the salaries of those 4 managers are added up, summed up, and then divided by 4 because of 4 managers, and that comes out to be say 107,999. Then for example, say HRD department has got 3 managers, their salaries are summed up and then divided by 3, and that comes out to be average salary for the managers in the HRD department. That comes out to be 143,025. Then say for example operations department has got 5 managers, so their salaries are summed up and then divided by 5, and that will give me the average salary value for the managers in the operations department. Then if you come to this line of code, select department comma average salary, that is AVG function performing on the salary column, which is chosen from this table emp_inc, and this particular column I am naming it as AVG_salary. Here the condition I have changed a little bit, where designation is equals to manager and department is equals to operations. That here if you select it and execute, you see in operations department there is only one person. In operations department there is only one person. So what I am trying to imply here is, at first department column will be displayed, and under this you will have the unique department names because of this function group by department, and then in the second column you will have this AVG function, that is average function, will be applied on the salary column will be taken from emp_inc, and this column is named as average salary, AVG_salary. What is the condition? The condition is designation must be equals to manager and department must be equals to operations. So as you can see, there is only one person. There is only one person who is manager, and that particular person belongs to the operations department. So whatever is the salary of that person, that will be equal to the average salary only. Now one may ask, that is, we are already specifying department is equals to operations. So we don't want any other department names, no admin, no HRD, no miscellaneous, no contractual, nothing. So why to do this group by department, isn't it? So if you remove it out and you run it, then you see there is an error occurring here. Error is occurring because this is like you're already ordering the SQL to group by your columns, and then you're performing aggregate function average. So whenever you're grouping the columns and then you're performing average kind of a function like aggregate function means count, sum, average, min, max, then you have to use the group by clause. So group by department you have to give. All right, otherwise error will occur. So there is only one person who is a manager and belongs to this operations department. Select and execute, you see average salary comes out to be 285510. All right, so why we are using group by department in such a scenario? Because if we remove it, error will come, because we are already grouping the columns, ordering the SQL to group the columns, and then we are performing average function, aggregate function over a column of the table, and this is an aggregate function which requires the group by clause. All right, and now no error will be shown. Execute. Then if you go to the next line of code, select department, so department column will be displayed. AVG, that is which is the function applied on the salary column taken from the emp_inc table, and I'm naming it as AVG_sal. So what will the values under these two columns displayed? How will it be decided? Decided by this condition where designation is equals to manager and salary greater than 50,000 from each department. So from managers and have their salaries greater than 50,000 will be chosen uniquely, will be chosen from each department, and then department wise the salaries will be averaged. All right, so execute, and here we go. Like in contractual department, you have say some employees, and they satisfy, say in the contractual department, say you have 3 employees who satisfy this criteria, that is those 3 are managers and have their salaries greater than 50,000 from the contractual department, so their salaries will be basically averaged. All right, so how it is finding out? Where designation is equals to manager and salary greater than 50,000. So people who are managers and have their salaries greater than 50,000 will be sorted out. How? Now from each unique department, and then for each department their salaries will be averaged. For example, if you go to the HRD department also, there you say have 2 people who satisfy this criteria, who are managers and have their salaries greater than 50,000. Then for those 2 people, their salaries will be averaged and displayed out here. Same goes for ... say up to operations also. Same logic for infotech, that is information technology. Same logic for miscellaneous department. Same logic for operations department also. Say you have 3 people who satisfy this criteria. There are 3 people who are managers and they have their salaries greater than 50,000 who belong to this operations department. Their salaries will be averaged and displayed out here. That was it for this video. We shall meet again in the next class. Thank you.